time to try this video thing again when the dog is not throwing a fit and my head's not getting in the way. So hopefully I do a better job this time. Let's see. Got a blank tile. I'll wipe it down. Probably should have waited to hit record, but it's all good. Okay. See, my hands are covered in paint from the last one that I just tried to do. 2 trays. Got these from the Dollar Tree. They are awesome. This is purple Anita's. It's got a little bit of silicone in it, a little bit of floetrol, a little bit of water. Find some place to put all of these things. I don't have any more room on my table. This is just plain white Anita's. Haven't mixed it with anything. Try to keep my big head out of the video this time. We'll see how that works out. This is my favorite. It's Atelier Interactive. It's mixed with 2 parts paint, 1 part GAC 100, and 1 part water. I found these bottles in the cake aisle at Walmart. We had a nice little cake section at one point. I don't think it's there anymore, but who knows? This is just water bottle. Mixed it with Amsterdam Acrylics. It's 50% paint, 50% floetrol, and a little bit of water. Am I going to use? This is Color Shift. It's just the purple. It's 50% paint, 50% floetrol, little tiny bit of water. This is Deco Art Extreme Sheen. This is the bronze. A little bit of this stuff will go a long way, but I want it super sparkly, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's see. I need my Atelier Interactive Dark Purple, and I don't know where it went. There it is. These are mostly filler colors, but I've noticed that when I use them, it makes everything else so much smoother. Okay, now the fun part is the Anita's. They like to float on the top. So this is where I really get to put in what colors I want. And I just do little drops here and there. These will really overtake it if you let them. I'm going to do lots of different pretty colors. I don't normally pay attention to what colors I'm putting in. I just kind of grab them and go. Because I've noticed that the more colors I use, the more details I get, and that's my favorite part. I'm really trying to keep my head out of it this time, so sorry if I, overtake the video here in a minute. At least the dog isn't throwing a fit. Let's see. A little bit of coral for contrast. And I just drop them kind of right on top of each other. Keeping that purple in the background. Let's see, I know I'm missing a color. Or like 6. More the merrier. Where's my navy? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is really where most of your color is going to come from. In fact, I've noticed that a lot of them tend to completely overtake everything and the rest of your colors are hidden. You just got to be careful sometimes. Okay, I'm going to take a toothpick, swirl it around nice and pretty. We don't want any one color getting big sections. Okay, now this is the part that is probably going to upset a lot of people because I'm about to make a pour and then I'm going to dump right on top of it. So even though this is going to end up being pretty, it's not going to be what I'm going to keep. Feel free to stop here though. The goal is just to get all that paint on the tile. It's kind of your backdrop. And then just going to tilt it so that it goes off the edges. I'm going to try to catch what I can. Move that up so it's, you know, more in the video. I just take my finger. I know I'm not wearing gloves. Probably should because it's got floetrol in it and it's supposed to be toxic, but if I wear gloves, I end up dropping the tiles because I can't feel my fingers. So I will be washing my hands momentarily. And hopefully one day, you know, I won't be dying from any kind of paint-related issues, but you never know. It's what we do for art. So yeah, at this point you may stop. I mean, this is pretty. I like it. It's just not what I'm going for this time. I'm gonna torch it and I'm gonna get all those air bubbles out. Some days this is what I want, but here lately I've been on a highly detailed kick, so move that out of the way. That's what this cup is for. Now, normally I'm sitting down, so I'm a lot less jerky, but I'm standing up so I can keep my head out of the video here. You really kind of want to go slow, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this standing up. It's mostly just a matter of shaking the paint out in slight shakes. And this is where all your detail comes from. The slower you go, the more detail you're going to get. This is where all the leafy designs come from. Now I'm just kind of, you know, moving it up just a little bit and staying in a spot and then moving and staying in a spot. Just kind of have to experiment. Normally I'm not dumping my paint out this fast either, but like I said, standing up it's a little bit harder to do. And hopefully my head's not in the video right this second. I'm sorry if it is. That's a big spot of purple. The goal is not to have like any one color overtake everything. Okay, I'm gonna dump that big purple blotch right off the edge anyway, so it's not gonna matter. Torch. Uh-oh, I'm almost out of fluid. That needs a refill. And just get all those bubbles out while we can. Okay. Now Now the fun, really messy part begins. I'll grab one of my trays back. I'll use this paint as a base and another one later. And this is the tricky part for me, since once my fingers are covered in paint, it's hard for me to feel what I'm doing. Right over the edge. Goodbye. And this is the hard part, because there are a lot of things that I really like right now, and the trick is just not getting them dumped off. Now this one does use twice as much paint as what, you know, when I first started doing tiles. I don't like to use this much paint normally, but I try to save as much as I can. So, in fact, I think I'm probably going to stop there, because I like that. Not a big fan of this corner, but there's not a whole lot I can do without dumping everything else off. See, this is where it gets tricky. Hopefully I kept most of that in the video so you could see it. Not a big fan of that corner up there, but you know what, it can stay. Been watching my tile and not so much the tape, so I'm hoping that I caught all that. But yep, that's it. It's really not as complicated as it might look. I mean, it's just paint going everywhere and making a huge mess. But like I said, that's why God made paper towels, so we could wipe our hands off. I'm going to take my torch and torch it out. And you notice that there's little, you know, white specks that are showing up. That's from the Anita's that goes on the bottom. It really likes to make cells. I don't know why it's not here, but I'm not complaining. So what I will do, see that little speck right there? I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I'm just going to take a toothpick and just dab it right out. Like I said, it's a lot harder to do this standing up without getting my head in the way. I do not have very good coordination. So, but yeah, just take your toothpick and dab out any spot that you don't like, fix what you don't like, and that's just that. So, yep. Thank you for watching. This is where I normally, you know, try to move the tile and drop it on the floor. Thanks, guys.